and younger men, right?
Hold on. You say that when they what?
Make it an issue about older women and younger men, you automatically label like a cougar or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the real deal is, when you get to my age, even when you start fucking around with these niggas do not take care of themselves. They shit not working. So that's why the aunties and them is looking for the younger men, because these older men can't do nothing. And now a lot of them, because of their bad choices when it came to, their relationships or whatever, not really being firm and being solid with their family, those bad relationships. So now, like we was talking about, they don't have no money. Their funds, the little funds they have is depleted. Because they're still paying child support. You got all these things going on. Not the best careers, maybe, And then, now, and then a lot of them, especially from dealing like with my clients and stuff, a lot of these men, they ain't thinking a motherfucking thing about their children. They're like, fuck them kids. There's no thoughts of like leaving wealth or any, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the men that I have talk to in terms of business and financially, black men, and it's bad, and that's why the black woman has this. It always has been a rise, and it's unfortunate, but it's like if we don't do it, then you're gonna be down on the fucking ground, and that I refuse to do. So yeah, it's something, but because you get to a point, you're like, man, you think about relationship or dating and stuff like that, but it's just such a, like they say, it's trash.
Yeah, it's trash because shit, a lot of people don't know how to go out and put themselves in better positions.
Mm-hmm.
They mindset is on, let me go get another job, and versus
what you gonna do with a job? It's like at this point, anybody over 50 is not in a position of where they own their home. They still renting. I was talking to a lot of people over 50 that's still renting. They use the rent people are paying right now for one freaking apartment is on average $1,200. And they got to think about it. By the time they get Social Security within the next 5 to 10 years, their Social Security ain't gonna be no more than $2,000. You see what I'm saying? And your $1,200 going to your place of living, because you don't have home ownership, and this is what keeps the whole cycle going. But you don't have no relationship with your children either, the black men. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't have that relationship, you don't have. Because to me, if I was in that situation, ain't no way I'm getting that money, and my children, which I hope I have taught them how to go about getting their properties and stuff. And if I'm in a situation like that, if I don't have my own, I'll be like, look, I'll pay you $500 a month to stay there or contribute to the household or whatever. But they don't even have those relationships with their children. So they got to keep going out there doing it by themselves, keeping them broke. Talking about, I'm ready to retire and I don't want to have to go back to work. Then they start preying on the little dummy little weak ones. But see, these little young girls, I'm glad for them. They ain't just giving it away. They getting smart. Give me my money. Because everybody a trick at this point.
Mm-hmm. Shit, and the tricks gotta get paid. Goddamn.
Look, all day, every day. All day, every day. And,
And that's the reason why a woman ain't gonna put up with no 50-50.
No.
Like, no. Who the fuck won't?
When you can do it 100%, and when you've been doing it 100%
exactly.
By yourself.
Even though you want that break, you gonna take that break when that man put himself in a better position, and right. To understand that, hey, he's supposed to provide. And then, right. Hey, just don't come fucking with me, trying to fuck with me, and you not right. on your shit. Like,
that's right.
And that's right. What it really boils down to. Like, can you provide, and do you want to provide? Because right. If you want to provide, you'll really sit down and educate yourself on history, because too many people are lost. And it's right. like at the end of the day, everything goes into the household, each household financially. So it's a financial situation, because you have the black culture who don't stand
Uh-huh.
out like other culture men who support their daughters, when their
Right.
daughters are still grown and unmarried.
Look, let me tell you. I every week I go. I have my meetings in Baton Rouge with my team, and the culture is a mixed culture. We have a lot of Asians, a lot of Hispanics, so on and so forth. But deep within the Asian culture, which I love the environment that I'm in, and I'm loving the fact that my sons are in this environment, and this is why. Those men love their family. They love their wife first and foremost.
This call is being recorded.
First and foremost, they make sure, because I love my wife, they provide an amazing life, taking care of all financial responsibility. The wife's job is only to be there with the children, raise the children, teach your daughters how to be daughters, and the man is there to teach that son how he's supposed to take care of his wife and sisters. You know what I'm saying? It's just an amazing experience. And even when it comes to the planning financially, I wish more of our brothers would really, really take heed to what other cultures are doing. They already, when those children are born, as soon as the Social Security card, the number drops, they open up $1 million life insurance policies, okay? And what they do, they contribute. Just say, for instance, if the policy costs $100 a month for that child, they take, if the ones they get is the Index Universal Life, but they will put upwards of $500 to whatever each month, paying for the life insurance, but also now there's a saving component. So by the time now that child gets to 18 or whatever college age, they have money. They are already setting their children up. So by the time they grown, they don't have to work. But here's the thing. They teach them to work and build businesses. They don't teach them to go get no job. They put them in private school coming up and teach them entrepreneurship and also being the example. So when they are older, they can now join them in business, and now the business can now get passed on, and it stays within the family. That is how you do it, and that is what I am doing. But you get it's interesting. I wish my daughters were more interested, but it's more so my sons, and that's okay. But it's like I also have to play a role because their dad is not involved, and all of them got the same daddy. 6 of my children got the same daddy from my first marriage, and I've had to play the role to where, because I told them, as long as y'all are not married, y'all can stay at home. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the you turn 18, I'm putting you out type shit. That's not happening here. And some people, my second husband had a problem with that, and that's another relationship topic that needs to be talked about. Like when you have the blended families and you have ones who, I understand that whole culture. I'm not going to just put my children out there like that, and they don't know nothing.
Right.
That's the whole point of why you build something and have something so that you can take, my oldest daughter, she's about to be 30, but she's, taking her time and she's getting her land, all the things that she wants to do. Is no rush, is no stress. You know what I'm saying? But that's from me saying, hey, as long as I got somewhere to stay, you got somewhere to stay. Period. That's just period. And then she's a big help with my daughter. See, it's important to nurture those relationships with your daughters, with your children, period. Because as you get older, baby, who the fuck you think gonna be, who you think you gonna need? and the men, when they break up with the mama, it's like they forgot you had children. And children, what do you think? These ain't dogs and cats? And they recognize that. And that's why unfortunately, a lot of those nursing homes or a lot of these situations and cases, you find more men out here because they said fuck them kids and didn't build those relationships. They broke up with the mama and that was that. And now they old and broke in. You know, they get out here and stick and they just, you know, but the women, you know, a good number, you know, they have those relationships because we're not going to just abandon our children like that. The fuck? No. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
And I'm not either. I didn't, and I ain't. You know, my daughter 21. Like, hey, and this is the thing. Black culture men, they want their daughters to be all this independent, right?
And but
that's cool. That you know she can take care of herself, but what are you doing as a dad to give your daughter a soft life, being that she ain't fucking married? Like, who's filling in? Like, you know, you have these daughters that, you know, are unmarried, you know, going through the little boyfriend or even, you know, whatever, and they're taking their time because they like, shit, my shit ain't together and this motherfucker shit ain't together, so it don't even make sense. And, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the way these kids are thinking these days. Off top. You know, so at the end of the day, it's like, okay, hey, father, are you still? No, my kid 18. It's like, what the fuck that mean? 18.
Right.
So you stop showing love when your daughter turns 18?
It's like they have no. I don't know what the problem is when it comes to these men. It's like, because I see that even like with my children from their dad from my first marriage. It's like as far as like them ever like going out doing anything together, like almost non-existent. The communication, the little bit of communication that they do have is by way of a group chat. You know, and it's like, that is, I mean, okay, cool. I mean, because we have our family group chat and that bad boy be hilarious, but that's a daily interaction. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's good to keep you off social media with y'all personal business. Like, every family should have a family group chat and just work it out in there. But no relationship, even, you know, it has been established with their dad, and there's nothing past, you know, your comment every now and again, you know, that really don't be about nothing. There's nothing there. You know, it's happy birthday. Okay, but nothing. We got grandchildren, okay? And like they on their way down here now. They coming from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see my grandchildren. I gotta go to Louisiana and go see my other grandchildren, but I put forth effort. You know what I'm saying? I you know, more. I would like to do more. I like to do a whole lot more, and I am preparing to do a whole lot more. But more than anything, I'm building something to leave. I'm doing my work with my grandchildren and even my grandchildren's grandchildren. I'm doing and building with them in mind. And the man, I'm not seeing that. Not in the black man. I see that in other cultures. And it's like, I'm not mad at the sisters who say, hey, forget this. I'm not going to keep letting myself go down, trying to hold it down and wanting the man that I'm attracted to. At some point, it just turns into, hey, you know, I got to go where I'm appreciated, where I'm celebrated. You know, where it makes sense.
Exactly.
Where I'm equally yoked. Exactly. And I mean, that, I think we have tried. I see black women just doing the most. Doing the fucking most. And I love it in terms of, you know, we just are. We're the blueprint. You know, I got a partner here. She's Middle Eastern. and she has a cafe, but she said, I'm really black, but people see my white skin, and I said, okay, I mean, I get it. I know you recognize, it's really just one, and we the beginning. I get that, but she says, I need your help. She said, I really, in terms of business, she said, people, they will talk to me, they will deal with me, but the moment they hear that I'm a foreigner or this, that, and the other, it's like, it just kind of turns around. She says, but people hear you, people respect you, people know, hey, don't fuck with her. She's about her business. She'll fuck you up. that was her thought. And it just, what I said all that to say is that black women are walking around here thinking that really not a whole lot about ourselves like we should, while other women are just admiring us, knowing that we are the blueprint.
Exactly, because it be that insecurity, that jealousy, that hatred. It's like, girl, we trying to get somewhere. We don't need none of that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Intimidation. No, let all that go when you trying to do business, put your nice face on, be kind, hey, we trying to get somewhere, like this is not it, sister.
Right. And it's like, but they look at us and they know we're the blueprint, and once we recognize how much power that we have, and that's why we're having the success that we are. Look, black women are not playing. We're the most educated. Look, I'm loving seeing more of us in business for ourselves, doing what we have to do. It's just, I just really, when I'm just going to start focusing on what I would like to see as the outcome. So for those who it resonates with, they will take their place. But I would love to see where, yes, it's more melanated women in business, but their man is right there with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like these amazing men. I'm not even going to put no race.
And this is the thing about it. The men that are there with it, either they're with it long as they can control the situation and manage the situation or the money, right? Now that's where the problem be, because then now you got somebody that's managing your money and ain't even trustworthy, because then it puts you in a position to where you really can't build, right?
Okay, so here's the thing. The vision that I see, this is what we're going to do. We're going to focus on what we want, not what we don't. We're going to focus on, that scenario never even comes to us, because the type of man that we attract, okay, we have to become. That's what we're doing right now. Black women are working on themselves, and they are becoming. You have to become the type of man that you want to attract.
Mm-hmm.
So you see what I'm saying? So I know that I am trustworthy. I know that, and I even say this. I don't even mind, because when my first marriage, my husband handled all the finances. I wasn't tripping, baby. Handled the bills, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But my money was my money. So that is not an issue. In terms of, because we're working and building together. But if that's your strength, let that be your strength. But if it's my strength, then let it be my strength. So I see that the relationship will be equally yoked, from the standpoint of whomever is the strongest and whatever that is, they go ahead and take that role. I just see just being at a point to where the business has became so successful, you have hired the staff that's needed. So we are truly business owners and investors. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing is, hey, all I'm doing is putting together all these large events and all these things. I'm working on my business, not in my business. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point in my life, all my money is working for me. All the knowledge that I have gained all throughout these years, I have known how to now apply so that money works for me. I don't have those issues. I got the type of man, I got the type of man that I deserve, who knows, hey, I got this shoe. I'm not going to lose her. Oh, no, because she really don't need me. I know that. So it's like I'm already creating that type of man in my mind. I'm becoming that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm one who, oh, no, the moment you recognize who I am, it's like, oh, no, I got to take care of her because I take care of me.
Right, exactly.
I spoil
exactly.
I put time into me. I'm attentive to me. But I also don't want nobody. Now, this is where we differ because I know you are clingy. I'm a Sagittarius.
Yep, I'm clingy, Taurus, baby.
So I know that I am the type I gotta have, and I value more than anything my personal space. I gotta have my alone time. So in my creating of that, I see one who he know, hey, giving her space, she'll holler at me. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody who studies me, who knows me, who know how I move, and they good with whatever I do. You know what I'm saying? So I focus on what my desire is, and I become that, so I match that. And if we really get that power, get that how to really work our power, we can have, do, and be anything that we want to be while we here playing this game on this earth.
Monopoly. Goddamn.
That's it. Right?
Checkmate.
We gotta know that we are not the flesh and blood body that we see. We are the spirit. We are the consciousness that resides within this flesh. And that's where we got to know that, because if we understand that part, then when it comes to how to really operate in this realm, if you know that part, the ecclesiastical part should make sense.
And that's the part that everybody don't know, because they ain't doing their history. So guess what? They still broke at the mind. It's like you still thinking slavery, you still working for money, and it's like put yourself in a better position so money works for you and you don't work for the money. And, it will allow you to live a better life. And, do what you're supposed to do as a man, because these men don't understand their role. They were just born into the world and then put out at 18 and having to fend for themselves. Hell, most of them before 18, So having to fend for themselves, with no support. And it's like, hey, do what you got to do, But at the end of the day, do what's best for you. But girl, I'm going to go ahead and I got to get my butt to the gym. So I'm going to talk to you later.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
All right, bye.